So some of my most memorable conflicts that employers have brought me have seemed like they shouldn't end up in court. And yet sometimes they do, right? So what do I mean by that is a lot of times it's key employees who aren't getting along. I've had so many like that where, for example, it's two people working on software and they need to produce it for the whole office, right? Or maybe it's office locations across the country. And they can't get along, which means the software is not going to be complete, which means work's not going to get done and goals aren't going to be met. And let's be honest, a lot of money could get lost too. And that's when a lot of employers will contact me. So I wanted to go into that. It's like, what are the benefits of mediation for employers? And I think you've already heard some of them. Of course, it's making sure projects stay on target. It's making sure that they save money. But what we find is so much deeper than that. I'm Nancy Schick of 30 Year Conflict Resolution, where we take a holistic approach to resolving workplace conflict. So how do these employers get back on track? Not surprising, it's mediation. It's that facilitated discussion where we focus on resolution and the future. Yes, we have to listen through the hurts that occurred or the disappointments that occurred between the parties that aren't getting along. But when we start focusing on the future, right, we start moving towards that. And what happens in a lot of these disputes is so many people will just start looking for somebody to blame, which leaves you stuck looking in the past. But what we do with the facilitated discussion is we start looking for where are those little agreements? Where are the things that they do well together? One of my favorite questions, for example, is if you're not getting along with your boss, what is it that you think your boss does? Why do you think that they have the position they have? And you can do this with anybody you work with. And let's be honest, you could start doing it with anybody in your family or in anybody in your life. But when we start looking for the value in individuals, it changes the conversation. We can start building from there. So what employers find is mediation not only resolves in a lot of cases, right? We come together in agreement. It will resolve the instant conflict, but it will also start to change the relationships among the parties. And in the employment setting, it's incredibly crucial to have that kind of reform of relationship because people are going to continue to work together. The alternative is you might have to let one of your key employees go. And that's when they come to me is they don't want to do that. And I think no one, aside from a few choice people who maybe make a lot of money by saying you're fired, but for the most part, people don't like to fire people. It's because we know what it feels like to be rejected and be removed from something that we want to contribute to. It's so much better if we can get to why aren't we achieving our goals? And that's what's possible in mediation that's not possible in court. So if you're interested in exploring this in one of your workplace conflicts, I invite you to click that button below and set up a consultation with me. Make sure while you're down there, you hit that subscribe button. And in the meantime, keep listening with your third ear for those hurts you can heal.